Bonjour à tous et bienvenue. Comment allez-vous? Moi ça va super bien. Parce que je suis trop content, j'ai reçu enfin un nouveau casque. Donc ça me permet de tout essayer, de tout essayer. Là un petit jeu en plus nouveau, donc ça va être bien. J'espère. Je suis un grand fan aussi de cette trilogie quoi, Retour vers le futur. Donc là j'ai trouvé le petit jeu. Alors je me suis dit allez, comme ça me permettra de tester un peu le casque, le son de nouveau un peu. Et de tester ce jeu que je vais mettre dans la console quoi à l'instant et qu'on va faire ensemble. Donc voilà, j'espère que vous m'entendez bien, que tout se passe bien en fait, que tout va bien. Donc voilà, on va jouer aujourd'hui à Retour vers le futur sur PS4. Allez, c'est parti. Ah, j'ai hâte de voir comment que c'est quoi. Donc sélectionner un épisode. Bon, question de temps. Je pense que c'est bon. Il y a le correcteur temporel en bas. La fameuse DeLorean. Super. Donc liste des épisodes, j'en ai fait aucun, nouvelle partie. C'est vraiment là, je fais tout avec vous. Donc avant de commencer, voulez-vous que le jeu vous fasse savoir quand Marty a de nouveaux objectifs? Oh, non, allez. On va essayer de tout voir nous-mêmes. Mais je sais pas du tout quel genre c'est. On verra bien.
I'm Dr. Emmett Brown. I'm standing on the parking lot at Twin Pines Mall. It's Saturday morning, October 26th, 1985, 1:18 a.m. And this is temporal experiment number 1. Come on, Heine. Hey, boy, get in there. That a boy. In you go. Get down. Get your seatbelt on. That's it.
Whoa, okay.
Please note that Einstein's clock is in precise synchronization with my control watch. Got it?
Right, check, Doc.
Good. Have a good trip, Einstein. Watch your head.
You got that thing hooked up to the car?
Watch this.
Yeah, okay. Got it.
Tout est comme dans le 1, comme dans le premier film.
Not me. The car. The car. If my calculations are correct, when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious shit.
Ça, c'est même les mêmes paroles. C'est les mêmes paroles que dans le film. Il dit exactement la même chose.
Watch this, watch this.
Super.
What I
Alors, on va faire comme dans le film. Vous avez déjà intégré Einstein.
The temporal displacement occurred at exactly 1:20 a.m. and 0 seconds.
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, Doc. You disintegrated Einstein.
Calm down, Marty. I didn't disintegrate anything. The molecular structure of both Einstein and the car are completely intact.
C'est les mêmes paroles.
Where the hell are they?
The appropriate question is, when the hell are they? You see, Einstein has just become the world's first time traveler. I sent him into the future. 1 minute into the future, to be exact.
Wow.
And at precisely 1:21 a.m. and 0 seconds, we shall catch up with him and the time machine.
Wait a minute, Doc. Are you telling me that you built a time machine out of a DeLorean?
The way I see it, if you're going to build a time machine into a car, why not do it with some style? Besides, the stainless steel construction made the flux dispersal. Look out!
Attention, Marty. C'est personne qui revient. Ah ouais. Einstein il va revenir là.
Doc?
Huh, that's peculiar.
Where's the car, Doc?
It should have caught up with us 27 seconds ago.
Doc, what happened to Einstein?
No need for concern. It's probably just a minor miscalibration of the time circuits. Marty, could you get my notebook? It should be in the toolbox.
Donc, Emmett a besoin de... Fais partir sur la gauche la boîte à outils. Ah, donc... Ah, ok, ouais, d'accord. Je vois le délire.
Notebook. Got it.
Ah, c'est sûrement à nous de retrouver...
Flux capacitor?
That's it!
What the heck's a
comment
flux
faire pour
capacitor?
ouais,
My
je sais pas.
latest invention, the thing that makes time travel possible. In this notebook, I've detailed the nearly 3 decades of scientific breakthroughs necessary to build a working time machine. If it ever fell into the wrong hands, the consequences could be catastrophic. Let's see, is mass equals I times C, and E equals the square root of Z times C.
Doc, something's way off here. Doc?
Je sais pas comment vous le trouvez. Jusqu'à là, je le trouve vraiment...
Scott,
Ça a l'air... Bon, c'est que le début, hein.
Doc, what is it?
I've made
Ça a
a
l'air pas mal.
horrible mistake.
Doc! Doc, no!
I'm sorry, Marty.
Doc, come back! Doc!
C'est quoi le délire, là? Ah, c'était un rêve. D'accord.
Marty, is everything okay?
Yeah, Mom, it was just a nightmare. I was in the past, and Doc was there.
Well, you're safe and sound now, back in good old 1986. But you'd better get up. Your father's waiting for you.
Huh?
Weren't you going to meet him over at
En
Doc's?
86, c'est
Holy
l'autre,
crap,
c'est...
I'm late!
Ah, c'est que c'est quand même vrai, alors. Bon, bah, on va s'amuser. C'est bien qu'ils ont fait un petit jeu comme ça sur cette trilogie. Franchement, ça déchire. J'étais tout fou quand j'étais gosse et tout, et quand je regardais ces films. Franchement, encore maintenant, quoi. Hein, pas... J'ai une petite collection, j'ai quelques voitures et tout, la DeLorean, tout ça, en Hot Wheels. Franchement, je suis content qu'ils ont fait ce jeu, quoi. Et je suis aussi heureux de vous le faire partager, quoi. Parce que bon, il y en a peut-être qui connaissent pas et tout. Moi, je l'avais vu en démat, il me semble, sur le PS Store. Mais bon, démat, je suis pas trop chaud, quoi. Je préfère avoir des CD, vu que je collectionne, j'ai une petite collection, tout ça, quoi, donc je préfère les avoir en CD, moi, les jeux. Donc je l'ai trouvé ce matin.
Dad, are we too late to stop
Je
the...
suis très content de l'avoir en
Sale?
CD, quoi.
Better late than never. You wouldn't believe how much rare stuff
George
there is back
McFly.
here.
That's Doc's stuff. The city has no right
Now,
to...
son, I know you're upset, but your friend's been gone for months, and the city really seems hell-bent on using his land for that new parking garage. And, hey, is that a first edition Jules Verne?
It's just not fair. But at least things can't get any worse.
Hey, Marty.
Beef Stud.
Hi, Biff.
Come to see if the old crackpot had any buried treasure?
Ah, ça va, les
I guess
persos, on
I'm
les
just-
reconnaît bien, quoi. Hein.
Remembering.
Donc, sélectionner des objets du labo pour t'assurer que Doc n'a rien laissé traîner de dangereux. Bon, tout ça, voilà, sûrement là, ça c'était la gamelle.
Hey, let me!
Now, Biff, leave Marty alone. This is a very emotional time for him.
Oh, sure. Sorry, Marty.
Ah, c'est comme quand il se réveille, ouais, dans le... Pas mal.
Does nature contrive it so that even with a time machine,
Donc en fait, on
you
peut
can't
contrôler les
intervene
passages
to prevent your own
du
conception,
jeu, que
for
je pense.
example?
Ouais. Il y a plusieurs choix possibles, donc il doit y avoir plusieurs fins, plusieurs... ouais. Il doit y avoir plusieurs choses. Bon, c'est la première fois que je le joue, donc je sais pas trop... Donc pour faire ce qu'ils disent,
Wonder why Doc didn't take any of these with him.
Sélectionner, ouais, toujours là. Bon, on va faire une pièce après l'autre, je pense. Hein. Ouh, non, on va se garder celui-là pour la fin. Là. Non, là. Ah, ok, tu passes derrière.
Doc built this model at downtown Hill Valley way back in 1955. The clock tower in the courthouse even works. What the? Is that Doc's notebook in there?
Hey, that looks just like the courthouse. You gotta hand it to the old coot. He was good with his hands.
Biff, can I see that a minute?
This would look great in my fish tank. Give the old carp something new to nibble on.
Pour l'aquarium, mais c'est du carton, non?
Can I see that model courthouse for just a second? I need to get something out of it.
Like what? A not guilty verdict? That was a joke.
Oh, ha. But really, can I?
Aussi con.
Nah, I think I'll hold on to it.
Give it here, Biff.
Well, well, looky what we have here. Looks like plans for something. What's a flux catheter?
It's none of your business. Doc asked me to...
Brown's worm food, kid. But this looks like it might be worth something.
Putain, je suis sûr qu'il nous fallait ce livre là. Ah, c'est dommage parce que heureusement que je viens de le voir parce que en fait on voit pas bien.
That wasn't poison gas or anything.
Ouais, le casque, on peut le voir. Voilà.
Feels like that was a lifetime ago. Actually, I guess it was.
Bon, je pense pas que le Jimbox.
Hey, let me try, Marty.
Now, Biff, let Marty have his turn.
You got it, Mr. McFly.
Vas-y, vas-y, le livre. Ah non. Ah, ce livre.
Hey, Biff. I just can't let you keep that notebook. It's dangerous.
What, is it set to explode or something?
Well, in a way.
I'll take my chances.
Oh l'enfoiré. Donc on va lui dire que ça vaut pas un
Just a notebook
tout.
with Doc's scribblings. What did Doc ever accomplish?
Nothing.
Then it's worthless, right?
If it was really worthless, you wouldn't want it so bad.
Oh, il m'a bien... Ouais, c'est vrai. Je te le
Pay
rachète.
for it.
How much? Not enough.
Ah mais putain, j'ai tout fait. Ah
That
non, là,
notebook
je peux
wouldn't
pas
mean anything
comprendre.
to you. You wouldn't even understand what's in it.
You calling me ignorant?
T'es un débile. Ouais, ça sert à rien.
Never mind.
Puis rien celui-là. Ah, c'était quoi ça?
Looks like a hand crank lightning rod, or maybe a lightning powered pencil sharpener.
Bon, ça on a déjà fait. Ça j'ai envie de me le faire en dernier ça.
Hey, Dad, why's my guitar got a price tag on it?
Sorry, son. Must have been an overzealous clerk. Just pick it up. I'll iron things out with the bank.
Ok. Attends, on va aller voir là derrière. Georges, ce qu'il veut.
Hey,
Ah non,
Dad.
faut lui parler comme ça.
Who's running this sale anyway?
Oh, that'd be me, son.
You? Why?
Well, once it became apparent that the bank was going through with the sale, I volunteered to oversee it in order to make sure that Doc's stuff would be treated with a modicum of respect. Isn't that right, Biff?
You got it, Mr. McFly.
I'm telling you, this sale is a joke. Doc's only been gone for a few months, and I happen to know...
Yes, you've told us he's not dead. His trip may not have been entirely voluntary. I hate to say it, but Doc's run up some pretty sizable debts around town. Maybe he's just hiding from his creditors.
Il essaie d'éviter ses clients aussi.
You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems.
Well, you know him better than I do, son. But the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff.
Quand le pognon est en
Maybe
jeu,
you should try to find some things to remember him by before Biff grabs them all.
That notebook is Doc's legacy. I've got an obligation to protect it.
Now, hold on a minute. Didn't you just get done telling me Doc's still around? Off traveling somewhere?
Yeah.
Then how is it your obligation to protect his legacy? You can't have it both ways, Marty. If Doc's alive, he can protect his own legacy.
Ah putain.
I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad.
Celui-là, je pense que ça sert à rien.
Hey, Biff. Never mind.
On va allumer l'ampli. Bah, si ça s'allume, je sais pas.
Let's make some noise.
Ok, ouais, ça s'allume, c'est bon. En plus, son père, il nous a laissé la guitare avant. Je sais pas où elle est, mais...
It took me forever to repair this thing after I blew it out last time, and now some jerk's gonna pick it up for pennies.
Papa. Ouvre ton inventaire en appuyant sur la touche carré. Ah, ok. À présent, sélectionne l'ampli. D'accord.
Here's an oldie, but a goodie. 1, 2, 3.
Ah, ça va faire tomber. Ok. Je commence à voir ce qu'il va. Ouais, je vois ce qu'il va faire. Je vous laisse. Je pense que vous avez compris. Hein.
Now, Biff, I think that's Marty's guitar.
Oh, gosh, you're right, Mr. McFly. Oh, here you go, Marty. Let's hear a few licks.
Ça lui arrive de ouf.
Man, you kids have ruined rock and roll.
Qu'est-ce qu'il y a eu là?
And now, something your kids are really gonna like.
Thanks for warming them up for me, butthead.
Biff, I thought I told you not to take my son's guitar.
Oh, right. Sure thing, Mr. McFly. I was just warming them up for you, Marty. Let's see what you got.
Vas-y, allez. Quelque chose qui va pas là. Comment il faut faire? Je comprends pas du tout là.
Man, you kids have ruined rock and roll.
Qui est risqué? Photo de George McFly. Ouais, mais je peux pas la montrer. Hein. Ah, attends voir. Voilà des mois qui datent d'un peu. On doit le récupérer, ok. Ok. Ça marche pas, on peut pas échanger avec la photo là, je sais pas là.
Hey, Biff. I'll pay you for it.
Je comprends
How
pas.
much?
Not
enough.
Et que c'est la première fois que je joue.
Never mind.
Je vais fouiller encore un peu, il doit sûrement y avoir quelque chose que j'ai pas vu.
Seems kind of empty without the courthouse.
Ça me paraît vide sans l'hôtel de... Bon, désolé pour les gens qui l'ont peut-être fait en 2 minutes le jeu.
Miss
Là,
Einstein.
On peut sortir, c'est quoi ça?
I can't leave until I get Doc's notebook back from Biff.
Ouais, bah ouais, m'en doute, ouais.
Hey, Dad. You got Doc wrong. Sure, maybe he's not so good with money. That's just because his mind's always on bigger things. But he's still a straight-up guy. He'd never run away from his problems.
Well, you know him better than I do, son. But the bank is within its rights to sell off his stuff. Maybe you should try to find some things to remember him by before Biff grabs them all.
Do you think dreams can predict the future?
Well, you know I don't go in for that mystical stuff, but I do think they can reflect how you're feeling about the future.
About Biff, Dad, I know you're trying to help.
He talks a big game, son, but he's not so tough. I've been dealing with him a long time. Believe me, I can handle him.
So can I.
Yeah.
I guess you can. Okay, son, I'll stay out of your way, but you know where to find me. Problem? Biff?
He's got this thing, see, and I really need to get it back.
If he stole something from you...
No, it's one of Doc's notebooks. He found it first, but...
Oh, well then I'm not sure what to tell you. I guess you'll just have to appeal to his better angels or something.
Or something. I'll keep looking around. Thanks, Dad.
L'attendrir, l'attendrir.
Now that is a dangerous amp.
L'attendrir, moi je vois que avec ça, là, avec ça.
You want to hear a number by
putain.
Biff and the Biff Tones? Always happy to play for my adoring fans.
Ah bah voilà, on y est. Voilà, ça va lui éclater à la gueule maintenant, voilà. Ah bah voilà. Putain,
Now
j'ai
watch
galéré là.
me blow the lid off this joint.
Non, non,
Whatever
ouais,
you
je vois
say.
ce qu'il faut. Ok, d'accord. J'ai compris un peu là. Fallait parler avec son père pour vraiment... Ah bah voilà.
Rock on, Biff.
Oh, shit.
Bah voilà, on a le cahier. Ça a mis un peu de temps, mais bon. On va dire que c'est pour faire durer le suspense.
Doc.
Non, là j'ai vraiment, je
Where
savais
are
pas trop quoi faire. Bon bah ça va, on a réussi. Ouh, qu'est-ce que c'est ça? C'est Doc? Eh ouais, c'est Doc. Ou c'est Einstein, je sais pas. L'héritage de Doc.
Doc?
Moi je pense que c'est Einstein. Hein? Vu qu'Einstein il était parti.
Einstein!
Eh ouais, c'est Einstein.
Where do you come from, boy? Didn't you bring Doc with you?
Donc Marty, tu dois repartir en 1955, il me semble dans le film, c'est vrai, 1955, c'est juste. Essayer de sauver Doc, non?
Marty?
Ah!
Marty, if you're hearing this recording, then the DeLorean's automatic retrieval feature is a resounding success.
Automatic retrieval?
In case of my failure to return to the DeLorean within an allotted time, I programmed the time machine to jump to these four-dimensional coordinates without me. As you are well aware, time travel is an inherently risky activity, and despite my elaborate precautions, there's always a possibility that I could land in trouble sometime. And that sometime is now, or then, or maybe later.
He's in trouble.
Marty, you've come to my rescue in the past, or was it the future? Anyway, I'm relying
Reviens dans le passé.
To whatever it is, I'm stuck in time. When you get there, I'm sure you'll figure out what to do.
That's it? Aren't you gonna tell me when that is?
Just go to the date specified on the time circuit readout under the heading marked Last Time Departed. Good
Au
luck.
départ, ouais.
Right. Last time departed. Oh, jeez. Come on. Crap! Oh, great. How am I supposed to find him now? Okay, Doc, I know I haven't seen you in a few months, but I'm pretty sure this isn't your shoe.
Y'a pas un truc sur la chaussure une année ou je sais pas, non? Ça?
Looks like the time circuits still work. Now I only need to know when to look for Doc. I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc. I can use those to enter a date into the time circuits. Once I know when to look for Doc.
Il faut que je trouve la date alors en gros. Faut que je trouve la date. Elle est pas sur la vieille photo que j'ai. Ah non, dans le cas. Attends, on va essayer de rentrer dedans. Dans le carnet de doc. Il a dû écrire en 1955 là, qu'il avait des... Pourquoi ça marche pas? Examiner.
This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. And by wrong hands, I mostly mean Biff. This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands. And by wrong hands, I mostly mean Biff.
Suis les traces de Doc. Suis les traces de Doc.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Ernie?
Mais il s'en fout. Oh, ça n'a rien à voir avec ça. Hein. Suis les traces de Doc.
This notebook has all of Doc's plans for the flux capacitor and the DeLorean. I'd better make sure it never falls into the wrong hands.
Okay,
and by wrong hands, I mostly mean Biff.
On va essayer de chercher ce qu'il faut là. La date, on peut la voir où? On peut plus rentrer dedans. On va aller là-bas, hein. On peut plus rentrer.
I keep this picture of my dad to remind me that even the most hopeless losers can grow up to be pretty cool guys.
Un talon.
This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc. This time-traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc.
Talon, aiguille. Ah, attends voir. Non. Alors là. Les devinettes, c'est pas trop mon fort. Pas un truc où...
I probably shouldn't fiddle with the time circuits again until I know when to look for Doc.
Ok. Talon aiguille dans la DeLorean, il se passe des choses un peu louches ici. Bon, on va faire Einstein. Einstein pourrait te dire... je sais. Ah, il faut que je... Ah, j'ai pas pensé. J'ai pas pensé à ça. Donc, Einstein. Salut mon pote. On va faire alors comme ça. Ok, je commence à comprendre le jeu en fait. Ouais.
This time traveling shoe is my only clue to finding Doc.
Ah mais là. Utiliser l'objet.
What do you know about this shoe, Einie?
D'accord, c'est comme ça qu'il faut
Great
faire.
Scott!
Faut
I think
sélectionner
he's
et
onto
après.
something.
Voilà. Après j'aurais pu me casser la tête longtemps. Moi je cherchais par rapport au film. Je pensais pas par rapport à une chaussure qu'il fallait la montrer au chien quoi. Einstein quoi.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. How's this supposed to lead me to
En fait,
Doc,
faut pas
Einie?
trop se baser sur le film quoi, hein, sinon on n'y arrive pas en fait.
What kind of trouble is Doc in, Einie?
Alors,
Why couldn't Doc have invented a dog translator?
Strickland.
Step away from the door.
Ah!
Now, let me get a look at you.
Einstein, come on!
Just as I suspected. Hooligans! Get along now! Scat!
I'm not a hooligan, ma'am. I'm a teenager.
I wasn't born yesterday, young man. Aren't you the miscreant
Il est
who
folle.
skateboards through the town square every morning between 8 and 8:30 in
C'est
a
la femme
decidedly
Strickland.
unpunctual
La
manner?
femme à Strickland. Ouais.
Yeah?
All skateboarders are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up.
J'ai quelque chose.
State your business, child. You're making me
Ah,
miss
c'est la
her.
chaussure sûrement là, ok.
See, that's the thing.
C'est pour ça
I'm not sure
Einstein
why
l'a
I'm
conduit
here.
ici. Ça se trouve c'est ça parce
Einstein
que j'ai
here
vu il y a
brought
quelque
me,
chose pour vous.
and
Là.
Well,
Bon, on va passer tous les...
E.
Lui,
Strickland.
est-ce que c'est vous?
You aren't related to Vice Principal
Directeur
Strickland,
adjoint,
are you,
ouais.
ma'am?
not that it's any of your business, but I'm
Et
his
je suis sa
sister,
sœur, ouais, voilà,
Edna.
tu m'étonnes.
Oh, and
McFly.
you're one of those McFly slackers,
Vous êtes
aren't
des bourrins,
ya?
McFly.
Yes. What's old man Strick? I mean, what else has your brother been saying about me?
Nothing I couldn't have deduced from myself, slacker.
Bon,
Can you let
allez
me
dire qu'on
in?
a sa chaussure.
I've got something to show you.
What is it? Let me see.
Alors, si j'ai bien... Comme ça. Comme ça.
A shoe? Now what would I want with a...
Ah non, c'est pas ça. Ah si, oh.
Stay there!
Ah oui, c'est la chaussure. Quelque chose avec une chaussure. Ça n'a rien à voir. La chaussure, elle n'a rien à voir dans le film. Ouais, c'est un peu bizarre, mais...
Leave that creature outside!
Laissez la créature dehors.
Sorry,
J'aime pas les
Einstein.
bêtes, ça, là. La râleuse.
Well, took you long enough.
There's a lot of stairs.
To return the shoe, I mean. I lost it ages ago.
J'ai perdu il y a des
Put
années.
it down next to
C'est
the
pas
other
encore la
one.
femme d'Emmett Brown.
Much better. So neat and orderly. I suppose you'll be wanting some sort of reward now.
No,
All I've got is tea and candy.
But
I'm sorry I called you a hooligan. I try not to jump to
sûr que c'est elle qui
conclusions,
peut me
but
donner la date.
after all, 9 out of 10 people
La date
in this
pour la
city
DeLorean.
are hooligans. It's a fact. Look it up. Have a seat, Sonny.
Elle va te parler, questionne-la et on vient, on lui taxe la date.
Hey, you kids! Put out those cigarettes!
tout cas, on voit que c'est la sœur à Strickland. Hein. Toute nerveuse. Il doit sûrement y avoir une photo ou je sais pas quoi.
Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ms. Pretty Whiskers is very particular about who handles her food.
Je voulais voir ce qu'il y avait sur la table.
Man, she keeps it hot in here.
That's the kettle. I'll be right back with some tea. Then don't touch anything.
Ne touchez à rien. Ne touchez à rien, bon, on va en profiter pour tout fouiller justement. Voilà, carton, il y a quoi là-dedans?
Juveniles collide with manure truck. Nice picture.
Eh, c'est Biff avec le camion de fumier. Eh ouais. Qu'est-ce qu'il a dit?
Brown Mansion destroyed.
Le manoir de Brown destin 1962.
No, that's not where Doc's stranded.
Ce n'est pas que là, Doc.
I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
62, on y est presque, allez. Encore.
Firm announces plans for Lone Pine Mall. Peabody Ranch to be rezoned for commercial development.
On s'en fout.
I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
Si je pouvais limiter mes recherches, il a dit.
Clint Eastwood plunges to death on runaway train. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
Limiter mes recherches.
Einstein brought me that shoe from the past. But when in the past? Stop looking at me.
Yeah, that's peculiar. The water still hasn't come to a boil.
Ah, quand je bouge le...
Is that Vice Principal Strickland?
Mother never could keep little Gerald out of her clothes.
The candy looks older than I am.
Donc on va essayer de faire quelque chose. Ça, elle va croire que c'est la bouilloire, si j'ai bien compris.
There's the whistle.
Voilà.
Surely the water's boiling by now.
Et après, il faut sûrement faire quelque chose avec les journaux, mais quoi? Quoi exactement? On va aller chercher. Qu'est-ce que... Carnet de doc.
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight.
Ouais.
After all the trouble I went through getting this thing, there's no way I'm letting it out of my sight.
Ok, c'est bon.
October 28th, 1985. Authorities still mystified by mall's shootout. I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
Ouais, mais limité par période. Comment tu peux savoir quelle période?
October 28th, 1985. Authorities still mystified by mall's shootout.
Ouais, c'est bon, allez.
I don't even know where to start looking for clues in these stacks. Wish I could narrow it down to a year at least.
Ouais, c'est pas grave.
Hey, mind if I use your binoculars for a sec?
Go ahead, dear.
Man, these are powerful. I could see Biff going into the video store.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe the filth that boy watches. Yeah, he's nothing but an out-of-control hedonist, just like his father.
If there's a clue to finding Doc out there, I'm not seeing it. I don't even know where to start looking. Miss Strickland?
Jack! Diane! I know what you're doing behind that tree!
Faut saigner, celle-là, hein.
Yes?
Qu'avez-vous perdu? Ah ouais, ah bah oui. Attends, on va lui demander
when you
ça.
lost your shoe?
Shoe?
That shoe over there.
On aura peut-être la date déjà exacte.
Shoe! Huh. Aye, what a nosy Nelly! No one likes a busybody, you know.
But...
Oh, fine, let me think about it. Yes, I remember. I lost it in a scuffle with a dog. Oh, when was it? Oh, yes. The day that speakeasy burned down.
A speakeasy? In Hill Valley?
Don't act so surprised, young man. Your generation doesn't hold a copyright on moral depravity, you know. Sin has been on the prowl in Hill Valley since the day it was founded.
What's with all these newspapers?
This is my personal archive. I've got every issue of the Hill Valley Telegraph ever published.
Get out. Every single issue?
From 1871 to the present. If it happened in Hill Valley, you'll find it in my stacks.
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
Ah, génial.
Wow, a speakeasy. That must have been wild. Is it true they used to drink gin out of slippers like my grandma said?
Don't romanticize the past, young man. Prohibition was a time when gangsters ruled the town while honest citizens quaked in their beds.
Bon, faut quand même bien se casser la tête, quoi. Hein. Il se trouvait où exactement? Il faut quand même bien poser beaucoup de questions et tout, quoi, pour vraiment trouver, quoi. C'est pas un truc où, hop, tu le chemin. Je suis quand même cherché un petit peu, quoi.
Curious, that's all. I'm a student of history.
Student of history, my Aunt
Ça va, c'est pas mal en fait, une fois qu'on comprend un peu le truc.
Generation of hooligans and slackers could give two ripe figs about history.
Miss Strickland?
Oh, video store!
Huh?
The speakeasy used to be hidden in plain sight down there in the town square, right where that disgusting videotape rental store squats today.
So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
Following year, as I recall.
L'année d'après, je mets.
Doing some stargazing?
No, I set my sights on lower things. Is that?
Tim Tannen! Get away from that hubcap before I call your father!
I guess somewhere in these stacks there must be an article about the speakeasy burning down.
Naturally. I probably wrote it myself. I was quite a reporter back in the day.
Any idea what date that article came out?
Well, obviously the day after the speakeasy burned down.
Don't let me keep you from your business.
You there! Don't even think about tossing that Kleenex on the ground!
Full.
Marshall Strickland. My grandfather, gunned down by Mad Dog Tannen over 100 years ago.
That's not how I remember it.
Un destin dans le fleuve. Oh, bah j'ai obtenu un trophée en cherchant. Cool. Je suis patient. Ah,
Miss Strickland, about your tea. You forgot to turn on the...
U! It's spelled with a U! You illiterate vandal!
Miss Strickland lost that shoe the day the speakeasy burned down.
Oh,
when was that?
Je voulais aller à la porte, moi. Voilà.
Would you mind if I stepped out for a minute? I just remembered a video I've got to return.
Do you have to go? I get so few visitors these days.
But...
And I'd hate to have to tell my brother, your vice principal in charge of discipline, how rude you are coming up and all.
Attends, on va essayer de lui... On va va essayer de la faire. Je sais pas si ça va marcher. Tenter le coup, hein.
I don't want to record them right now.
Non.
Nah.
Don't touch those! My newspapers are in pristine condition and meticulously organized. Not about to let some street punk get jam all over them.
C'est pas facile en fait, hein. C'est pas facile du tout. Voilà, comme ça elle croit que c'est santé.
There's the whistle! Surely the water's boiling by now.
Ah, c'est pas si facile à trouver en fait, hein.
October 28th, 1985. Authorities still mystified by Maul's shootout. Alright, Einstein brought me this shoe, and Miss Strickland lost the shoe on the day the speakeasy burned down. But when did the speakeasy burn down? I at least need to know the year.
That's what you get with these cheap, foreign-made kettles. Trying to find an American one nowadays. Ugh.
I think I'd better say this for Doc.
Bon, ça, Doc. Chercher les indices pour découvrir, Doc. Ouais, ça j'ai compris, mais... Chaud, hein. Chaussures, ça on a déjà vu. Il y a quelque chose à... Quelque chose peut-être avec elle.
Excuse me, Miss Strickland? So the video store building must have gone up after the speakeasy burned down.
The following year, as I recall.
Don't let me keep you from your business. Mind if I take a look?
Go ahead, dear.
Allez, pas les vidéos. 1932. Ah bah voilà. Il n'y a pas écrit 1932 là.
Rebuilt in February 1932.
Reconstruit en
Fire must have happened before then. But when? I need a date.
Don't look at me. I'm far too old for you.
Donc maintenant que j'ai ça, 1932, on va faire ça. Et il peut trouver normalement dans les journaux, vu qu'il voulait une date, plus facilement. Ouais, il trouvera normalement ce qu'il faut maintenant. Si j'ai bien compris. Il n'y a pas de... Non, on n'a rien.
Let's see.
Donc voilà.
Ground broken on site of former speakeasy. Singer vanishes.
Ah putain, faut vraiment pas laisser un petit truc au hasard, quoi. Sinon, vous galérez pendant des...
Speakeasy arsonist slain. Legal procedure gave way to old-fashioned vengeance last night when a mob descended on the Hill Valley Police Station. The suspect in the speakeasy arson case, a drifter known as Carl Sagan, was pulled from his... Carl Sagan? It's Doc! Killed by a mob. What's the date? June 14th, 1931. Jeez, I gotta rescue him.
My newspapers!
Sorry, Miss Strickland. Let me...
No! You've gotten my history out of order! Oh, do you know how long it'll take to fix what you've done? Oh, get out! Get out! Get out!
On s'en fout, on a ce qu'il faut maintenant.
Help! Police! I'm being attacked by hooligans!
Laisse-la raconter ce qu'elle veut. Hein.
Marty! Where you been, son? And what are you doing in that getup?
Didn't I tell you? I got the lead in the school play. We're doing...
Grapes of Wrath?
Right.
Oh, Steinbeck. Who are you playing? Never mind, you don't have to explain. I'm sure whatever it is you're up to, you know what you're doing, right?
I hope so.
Hey, sometimes you gotta go out on a limb for the ones you love, right? Wish my dad had understood that. You won't stay away too long.
You'll barely know I was gone.
Bon, on s'en sort plutôt bien, hein. Des fois ça dure un petit peu, mais bon.
Ready to go, Einstein?
Au moins on arrive à avancer. Surtout pour une première, quoi. J'ai jamais vraiment fait de...
I've got to turn on the time circuits first.
D'abord brancher les circuits temporels.
Time circuits on. Flux
Brancher.
capacitor fluxing. Okay. If Doc's gonna get killed on June 14th, 1931, I'll just show up the day before and get him out. I hope you know what you're doing, Doc.
Ah bah génial, on va y aller enfin. C'est parti les gens, on y va. Cette petite musique qui va bien. Super. 90 miles à l'heure. Et boum. C'est pas la de L'Oréal, là. Tu es criminel, Marty. Bon, il n'y a pas tout qui correspond comme au film. Comme là, il y a des petits détails quand il la cache derrière le panneau là, des vallées, comme au début. L'histoire n'a rien à voir, hein. Franchement, c'est un autre délire. C'est pas trop pareil, quoi. Hein. Bon, faut voir la suite après. Hein. Bon, ben voilà, voyage dans le temps. Encore un.
Einstein, where'd you go now, boy?
L'horloge de ville. Ah, ça c'est pas mal ça. Ah, l'horloge de ville. On va sûrement trouver le bar, je pense. Oh, sinon c'est un bon petit jeu, hein. Il est sympa. Faut juste comprendre bien le truc, quoi, et vraiment tout chercher, quoi. Hein. Parce que si vous cherchez pas, si vous arrêtez à 2-3 trucs, c'est chaud, quoi. Vous arriverez jamais à passer les niveaux, quoi. Là, j'ai galéré un peu au début, là, parce que vraiment tout, parler 20 fois s'il faut, tout chercher. Vraiment des bonnes petites énigmes, quoi. Hein. Bon, mais c'est faisable, quoi. Je connais Doc, il y a une erreur, je vous soutiens.
You can mark me down as a supporter.
The young man said, flashing a boyish yet virile grin. Hill Valley needs more upstanding youths like yourself. Do you have a message for the vicious gangsters who still roam these streets? No doubt plotting to corrupt our citizens with another den of booze, sin, and debauchery?
C'est un magasin déjà comme ça.
No, not really.
That's the spirit. Destroy them with indifference. If we refuse to patronize their establishments and glorify their wicked exploits, they'll soon be exposed for the pathetic wretches they are. May I get your name?
Yeah, it's... Michael Corleone.
Thank you for sharing your candid opinions, Mr. Corleone. Edna Strickland, Hill Valley Herald.
Ça ramène la gauche, elle.
I know. I met you back. I mean, I'm familiar with your work.
You read my column? How sweet. I know it's just an etiquette column, but I believe it'll lead to bigger and better... Oh!
Einstein, no. Down, boy.
Is this wretched creature yours? He assaulted me once before.
What's got into you?
Aggressive dogs must be kept on leash at all times. It's the law. Look it up.
Doc. I gotta find Doc.
Ils sont tous cinglés. Bon, voilà. Donc, je vais en rester là pour aujourd'hui. Et dans tous les cas, en tout cas, je vais le continuer. Hein. Il me botte bien. J'aime bien, quoi. Hein. Comme les autres jeux, je vais les continuer. C'est juste, bon, il y a un peu le travail, il y a un peu tout entre, quoi. Hein. Donc, bah, franchement, mon premier avis, ben, il est génial. Franchement, j'aime bien. L'histoire est peut-être un peu différente comparée au film. Mais franchement bien, quoi. Hein. Comme j'ai dit, il faut juste bien chercher, c'est vrai. Hein. Moi, je me suis arrêté à 2-3 trucs et vous voyez, il faut vraiment continuer, il faut vraiment bien chercher, faut que l'énigme, faut vraiment que ça tout suive, quoi. Hein. Sinon, vous passez pas le niveau. Hein. Donc, je vais juste arrêter la vidéo là, sinon ça va faire un peu long après. Après, ça va être peut-être chiant, quoi, de voir une vidéo de 3 heures, c'est non plus pas le top. Donc là je vais la couper, je ferai un petit truc pour ce soir ou pour demain matin. Enfin, ça dépend après à l'heure où vous la regardez. Là moi c'est le soir là, donc voilà quoi. Et je vais dans la foulée enregistrer la suite, quoi. Hein. Donc voilà, bon, merci d'avoir regardé les gens et à plus, hein. À la prochaine. Allez, ciao, vous étiez avec le Viking. Ciao.